Hey guys, this is Chat and welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna do a gaming review of the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom. So this is the latest flagship smartphone of OPPO, and it comes with a triple lens camera that is capable of up to 60 times zoom. Not just that, we also got here a shark fin-like selfie camera, but of course those are not just the features of the smartphone. Actually, there's an underrated feature of the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom, and it's actually a great gaming smartphone. So the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom packs a Snapdragon 855 processor with 8 gigs of RAM, and then there's the 256 gigs of internal storage. And if you ask me, you could actually install a lot of games and applications, probably more than 100 games and apps that you can download on the Play Store. There's also a large 6.6-inch Super AMOLED display on the smartphone with no notch thanks to the pop-up camera, and then there's the best feature, which is called the triple cooling technology. So this is comprised of a cooling gel, a triple graphite layering, and also some copper pipes. So these three actually helps the Reno 10x Zoom to have a better cooling or better ventilation on the smartphone, hence a better gaming experience, as you don't need to put this one on the refrigerator or probably in the freezer to have a cooler smartphone while playing and charging. Why would you put your smartphone on a refrigerator, right? Aside from that, there's also the Hyper Boost 2.0, which includes a touch boost and frame boost, and in our experience, both features help in our gaming experience. We have a more responsive display and also a better frame rates on most games, including PUBG Mobile. The OPPO Reno 10x Zoom also performed well in our game bench sessions. In NBA 2K19, we've set it up at the highest settings with an ultra high clock simulation and also ultra high depth of field. We got here a 61 frames per second median with a 99% stability. That is actually pretty good for a smartphone, but I know a lot of smartphones can run NBA 2K19 without hiccups. But how about some other games? So we've also tried PUBG Mobile on the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom, and it's not just a normal PUBG Mobile game experience, as we have used a third-party application called GFX Tool, which can max out the game to the highest settings possible. So basically, the PUBG Mobile is capped at 40 frames per second, but by using GFX Tool, we were able to run the game at 60 frames per second. Not just that, we've also got a better resolution, a better anti-aliasing, and a better settings in all aspects, graphic aspects of the game. So with this one, it comes with a consequence. Most of the time, when we use GFX Tool on other smartphones, it overheats. The temperature is really rising, but with the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom, we were actually amazed that the smartphone gets, yes, it's a little bit warm, but it doesn't overheat to the point that the smartphone or the application will close. So with PUBG Mobile, with GFX Tool on the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom, we were able to get 58 frames per second with a highest settings possible on the game. That is pretty good if you ask me. And it's actually one of the best gaming experience that you could have on PUBG Mobile. The triple cooling technology really works on the smartphone, and it is actually a proof when we've used GFX Tool on PUBG Mobile. One of the most demanding games on smartphone right now is Talion. So it's running on Unreal Engine 4. The graphics is over the top. It's actually insane. It's almost a desktop level graphics game, and we're actually amazed that the OPPO Reno 10x Zoom were able to run the game at the highest settings possible with a 100% FPS stability at 50 frames per second, despite having a really heavy scenes during the fight scenes with some enemies. And again, we're actually amazed that we got a 50 frames per second with a 100% FPS stability. We've actually checked the smartphone's temperature using a thermometer. Most of the time, we're checking the temperature before we start the game. We can get it at around 35 degrees Celsius, but after some playing time, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we could actually get around 40 degrees Celsius. And it's actually great. It doesn't overheat. Yes, 40 degrees Celsius is warm, but it isn't to the point that the smartphone is really hot. Compared to other smartphones, the Reno 10x Zoom fared pretty well when it comes to handling of its temperatures. In case you're worried about the battery of the smartphone, well, we do have a lot of juice on the smartphone. And yes, there's a VOC or VOOC 3.0 fast charging on the smartphone, so you could have 20 watts fast charger. Yes, it does come with a box, and you don't have to have any problems with that. We've actually tried playing games on the smartphone with the VOOC fast charger, and the temperatures were actually low. And it isn't that hot, surprisingly. Most of the time when we're playing games and charging the smartphone, the temperature goes over the top. But with the Reno 10X Zoom, again, the triple cooling technology really helps in handling the temperature of the smartphone at a really low temps. So our gaming test or gaming review of the Reno 10X Zoom proved that the smartphone is a great gaming smartphone. So again, when you're looking for a smartphone, it's not just about the specifications. You should also look into its technology and also its features like the triple cooling technology. Again, it's an underrated feature, but it does help in keeping the temps down on the Reno 10X Zoom when playing games, and also charging does help. It really helps actually, and I hope that a lot or the future OPPO smartphones would have this technology. Aside from that, the HyperBoost 2.0 helped in some games including PUBG Mobile, which is a very popular game, and yes, it does help increasing the frames of the game, and also a better response time when pressing the buttons and all. So yeah, the OPPO Reno 10X Zoom is now available for 45,990. Yes, it is on a flagship level smartphone, but I assure you, we got a really nice camera, a really good design. Look at the design of the smartphone, it's really good. And then we also got here a full screen display with no notch, and we love the gaming experience on the smartphone. The battery life is actually pretty good too, and we got a lot of features that you would actually love on the Reno 10X Zoom. So yeah, I think that's it for our gaming review of the Reno 10X Zoom. So don't forget to check out my social media accounts and channels. You can check it out, the links below at the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. So once again, I am Jam of jamonline.ph, and thank you for watching our video about the gaming review of the OPPO Reno 10X Zoom.